Hello everybody, Carrots here again. Welcome to Isla Paradiso Bunch, episode 13. We have the same crew starring, no changes there yet. I've split the household between the two houses. Some of them are living on Plumbob Island and some are back at 45 Surf Circle. We find this little group on the top floor at Plumbob Island. The sim facing us is Josephine. She is a genie, and for some reason she keeps wanting to fight with Diana, who's got her back to us here. Now, Diana is a human sim, and Josephine's the genie, and she is an old genie that I previously evicted from my games and then didn't play for several years, because in the original game that I put her in, she was constantly picking on one particular other household member, and they were always having fights. I mean, really rolling around on the floor, balls of dirt flying fights. And here's Muriel. She's a new sim that I made recently. I think she's probably the newest sim I've got in the household. She is now going to fix the broken toilet. Now, Josephine is a genie, and she's going to clean the house by making it all clean and sparkly, while Diana sits and reads a book. Then I'll get Josephine to go and fix that broken computer. Josephine's lifetime wish is to reach the maximum influence with all social groups. Josephine's traits are equestrian, good sense of humour, hot-headed, coward, and irresistible. She's also got an additional trait of genius, which was a new trait she gained through the game. Diana, her lifetime wish is master magician. Her traits are star quality, social butterfly, party animal, night owl, natural born performer, and her new trait is handy. Now we're looking at the second top level basement. It's slightly larger in floor area than the top level basement. This level basement is where we have got most of their skilling equipment, the type of things that aren't really necessarily fun but are useful. That painting was done by Muriel. I had some difficulty getting it on the wall. It didn't go on quite that easily at first go, but we cut the rest of it out. Now, this basement level we're on now is the second bottom level. It has got the smallest floor area. It's just really a walkway with a few bits and pieces added to it so that the Sims can get from the top levels down to the bottom level where the garden is. That big vegetable storage object is from around The Sims 3. I have to keep emptying the Sims inventories, and I'm putting them in there at the moment into that object as a storage. It's like a chest-like thing. We've got to keep the harvestables from building up too many in their inventories, otherwise it will get even more lag we've already got. Now, the reason for this big walkway is because we've got the tractor down on the bottom level, and the Sims can't cross the tractor track when it's working. So I've got to have a lot of stairways so that they can come up one set of stairs, walk across the floor, and go down another set. I was going to get Judy to make a forbidden fruit from a seed in her inventory, but she's only got 2 omniplant seeds, and I don't want to use them, convert them into something else. So I'll send her down here to plant those 2 omniplant seeds. As you can see, the bluish-green area of the matting is where they plant their seeds that grow into short types of bushes and vines and things. The other area where the matting is more of a yellowish green, that's where I plant the trees. The shorter plants grow in the areas that have got the floor above on the second level basement, whereas there's no floor above the areas where I can plant the trees. And the Swift Grow gardening stations are there, but I've only got them where I can plant trees because they do actually poke through the floor and cause issues by blocking tiles above because of that light that flashes on when they turn on. Now Judy's managed to find some other seeds after she planted the omniplant seeds, and she's going to have a go at making a forbidden fruit by doing a gene splicing experiment. As you may have noticed, when she planted her omniplant seeds, they were dormant. That's because it's winter outside. Whenever you plant anything during the winter, it's dormant for the first day. But from then on, it grows just normally as though it was summertime. It's like it's in a greenhouse. Now, Judy Butler is a witch. Her lifetime wish is to be zombie master. Her traits are angler, loves the outdoors, friendly, handy, neat, and she gained the green thumb trait as an extra trait. She's an old sim that I made when University Life came out, and she's the only sim that I've ever sent to university. She didn't graduate because I didn't send her back for a second semester. Strangely enough, I've moved her between various different games, and she still has the memory of being sent to university. So I'm thinking maybe I'll send her back there one day. And she's been successful. She's got herself a seed for the forbidden fruit. Now I'm going to make her get 2 of these because last time I tried planting a forbidden fruit, you're supposed to have a 50-50 chance of getting a plant sim baby or another forbidden fruit seed whenever you grow one of those things. And the last time I planted a forbidden fruit seed, it gave me another forbidden fruit seed twice. The third go, I got a plant sim baby, which is what I was after. So I'm hoping if she plants 2 seeds with a 50-50 chance of getting another forbidden fruit seed or a plant sim baby, hopefully we'll get at least 1 plant sim baby out of it. I doubt that we'll get 2, but 1 would be lovely. Takes a while for this gene splicing experiment to go on, but there's, you can see the seed in the machine there, and then she's going to start irradiating it with green light, and when it comes out it'll be changed. It could be some other sort of seed, or it could be a forbidden fruit seed. She had to have quite a few goes when she was trying here. She didn't get the forbidden fruit first up every time. So we went through quite a few different seeds that she changed them into before she finally got the second forbidden fruit seed. Of course, the game considers any seed that comes out of that machine as a success, because a failure would be it just vanishes and she doesn't have anything to show for her efforts. She got the DNA from Triton King in a few episodes back, and she could theoretically, if she chose to, use that DNA in this machine that she's using now to make a clone of Triton King, and a baby mermaid will actually emerge from the machine. But we won't do that this episode, but it's something I might do because I've never done that with a mermaid. I've had a couple of mermaid babies born in the game, but never tried to clone one. Looks like she just got an ordinary seed this time. But she's happy because she didn't get a total failure, in that she's got a seed. She can easily put it back in the machine and have another go. Looks like it's a bean seed this time that she made. Back down to the garden to see how it's going. Those live fruit are growing quite well. They've got quite a few death plants growing as well. Let's go back to this machine and see if she can get herself another forbidden fruit seed this time. Another thing Judy did way back when we first got this science things from the university was she actually cloned herself. Not sure what happened then. She was happy about it, whatever it was. Here's Diana. I've sent her down now to plant a few seeds as well. I've got them all planting seeds gradually. As you can see, that one is dormant as well. They're always dormant at first and during the winter time, but they change the next day to not be dormant. There's plenty of space here yet for them to plant lots of seeds. I'm not too sure if I'll bother getting them to plant the whole garden though. They only need enough to be able to sell enough produce to build their 5-star resort. So Judy's having another go. She mustn't have got her forbidden fruit seed just yet, but she will get it, because we'll keep her at this machine until she does. Because I want a second forbidden fruit seed to plant 2 of them. We've got a 50-50 chance each time of getting a plant sim baby or another forbidden fruit seed. That means each time you plant one, you've got a 50-50 chance of getting one or the other. It doesn't mean that if you plant one and you get a forbidden fruit seed, the next time you plant it, you'll get a baby. It doesn't work like that. Each time you plant it, you've got a 50-50 chance. She's got it. She's got a forbidden fruit seed that time. I can tell they're really big seeds. I'll send her down to the basement shortly to plant both of those forbidden fruit seeds, and we'll wait and see what happens. I don't think I'll have the patience to get her to keep replanting. So if they don't actually turn into plant sim babies, we will probably not get a plant sim baby in this game. I don't feel inclined to constantly spend hours replanting forbidden fruit seeds. I want to get on to build their resort. They've got to build a resort and run a 5-star resort to get another island. And this will be the second episode now where they haven't found an island. So we've got to get busy looking for an island by building a resort. They need to build their cash up though, so they don't have to worry about getting more and more money all the time to get what they need on that island to make it a 5-star resort. Now Diana's now going to do some more harvesting by the look of it with the tractor. They actually build their gardening skill up while they're using that tractor, so it's good for them to do it. You just have to keep on emptying the inventories all the time, otherwise the tractor starts getting deleted. When they park it, they do their rounds, and then sometimes the tractor ends up in the garden beside the tractor track, and sometimes it just gets deleted from the game altogether. As you notice, every time they go around, the different part of the garden will have that golden fog, because the golden fog shows you the part of the garden that's actually being harvested at this point. So it means you've got to keep going around and around lots of times with the tractor. And I've got this garden divided up into 2 segments, so they've got a split bit up the middle. The hay bales are actually there to stop the tractor from going along the segment of track that you don't want it to go along. So when you have got a split track like I've got now, and you want the tractor to go across a different part of the track, you've got to move the hay bales. And that is what I'm going to do shortly, because she's been working on this one part of the garden for quite a while now. But I think she'll probably go around it a few more times to do a few more harvests before I do that with her. As banana trees, I think they're really well done. They look like actual bananas. They're not very high either, so they don't have to go in the part of the matting that is there for the trees. I mean, they're short enough to go in the place where they don't poke through the floor above. The coconut trees, I think, came with the same mod, and the Sims can actually drink the coconut water, and they can cook things with the coconuts that come off those coconut trees. It's a lavender growing in the foreground there. It's one of the herbs that came with university life. And wonder petal you can see in those pink flowers. It's another one that came with university life. And chamomile is that daisy with the purple centre, right down the bottom corner there. It's another one from university life. There's a lot of new herbs came with university life, plus quite a few beans, coffee beans. and each one of them has a different effect on the Sims. I've never really experimented with the effects of the various herbs and beans on the Sims. I thought I should do it several times, but I haven't really bothered yet. That tractor just going past, close next to us. It's going to go back and stop in the tractor parking space. And she'll sit on the tractor until all of the harvestables have been harvested. So she won't move off the tractor until all of the harvestables that are under that golden cloud have actually, till the golden cloud goes away actually. Now she's got all those things in her inventory. We've got to get them out of her inventory and put them in this container for safekeeping. Or she could put them in the fridge, or any other chest-like container would do, but I like the look of this one. The only problem with this big one is you can't take things out of it. I've discovered I need to use Master Controller to transfer things to and from, which is okay because I've got Master Controller. I don't know why I can't actually just drag things out of it, but I can't at this point. I haven't lost a tractor yet in this game, which is good. I usually lose one or two by not emptying their harvestables often enough. Another little go at harvesting again. I think you'll be all gardened out by the time you finish watching this episode. I think those red fruits there are plasma fruit that came with late night. They're what the vampires like. If I put a few plasma fruit in my vampire's inventory, they usually don't starve to death on me. Although I haven't got any vampires in this game. Looks like you've got another view of the wonder petal there, and we've got some of this golden fog floating around where we are here, just out of frame. You can also water and fertilise with the tractor, and you can give hay rides to other Sims, which is a bit of fun. More views of the wonder petal, and you can see the plasma fruit back there in the background a bit. The coconut tree's got a couple of coconuts there. They're probably ready to harvest. The coconuts actually fall onto the ground after a while, so they can just go along and pick them up off the ground if they don't harvest them. I like the banana flowers on those banana trees. That was a view up on the top level basement where those Sims were standing then. Here I'm just showing you the tractor track, and we're going to move those hay bales. There's a little sign thing there that comes with them, and you have to click on that and change position. You sometimes have to change it a couple of times because they just circle around. So where the hay bale crosses the track, that's where the tractor can't go. So next time she drives the tractor around the track, it will go in a slightly different direction. And it'll cover different parts of the garden. This is the side where they did that planting a while ago. See how those things, when they planted them, they were dormant? And they're not dormant now? Here she is watering them with the tractor. All that gold fog, but it's nothing over the wonder petals or the lavender. Maybe this time as she comes towards us. Previously she was going away from us when she went along this middle bit, but now she's changed direction with the tractor because we moved the hay bales. Of course, the harvesting always happens with the things that are needing harvesting that are closest to the tractor. So if you want things harvested first, it's probably a good idea to have them just in front of where the tractor starts off from. I managed to go through all of those Swift Grow gardening stations when I had BioDebug turned on and in buy mode, and I deleted all of the seed spawners that are underneath them because they all had seed spawners. They got a stack of seed spawners under each one. I didn't really want that to add to the lag that I've already got in Isla Paradiso. And she can go and collect the seeds from the Stone's Throw greenhouse. There's no need to have those seeds spawning in the garden as well. Looks like she's finished. Oh no, she's got back on it again. Just check how much she's got in her inventory. Sometimes you end up with thousands of each particular type of harvestable. And if that happens, your sim just takes so long to walk across the room. You find that each step, and there'll be a lag of about a minute, real life minute, between each step. And it's caused by having too much in the inventory. That's why I keep going back up to the next level up and emptying their inventory. If you hide the gardening service, which they have got hired, but it only attends the main home, which is at 45 Surf Circle, and here we are on Plumbob Island, so the gardening service don't visit this here, but they always put all the things they harvest to go into the fridge every night. So the fridge is absolutely stashed full of harvestables, and that's where Jeannie Jones goes when she wants to go and consign things at the humble harvest stands. She just goes to the fridge or to this other chest-like container that we're filling at the moment here at Plumbob Island to collect whatever she needs whenever they need more money. Looks like the baby's coming. We'd better go see what's happening with Hayley. I think I'll send her to the hospital. So she takes herself off to the hospital. No sign of Salty. She's not looking very happy either, is she? Oh, yeah, she's got green above her head now. I thought she had a yellow plumbob above her head, meaning she wasn't really happy, but she's fine. She's got to trudge through the snow and catch a boat or a water taxi and take herself off to the hospital. We're not actually going to see the hospital. I don't think so anyway. It's a pretty scene. Nice and snowy with a pink sky. We're not going to see much more of that because it'll be spring shortly. And we'll have other pretty scenes to see. She's certainly very pregnant. She's bending backwards immensely there to keep her balance. And is she going to drive herself or will she get a taxi? Oh, she's going to drive herself. She's got the ute at the moment. Now we'll cut to the banana trees because I like seeing that picture of the bananas. Back to the garden. See, they're still harvesting while she's at the hospital giving birth. And now she's on her way home with the baby. Did that because I couldn't see where I'd done a recording of her being at the hospital and getting the baby home, so I guess I'll come across it eventually. That red boat's in the background again. Here we are. They've made an igloo in the driveway, and the evil snowman has melted a bit. She's picked up one of the baby out of the snow. Fancy leaving the poor thing there. But I noticed that one of the other Sims was going to pick it up. I think it might have been Joanna. She must have come back home here for a while. They do move around a bit. But Joanna's principal place of residence is currently at Plumbob Island. And Hayley just changed out of her pregnancy gear into her regular everyday outfit. And she's put the baby in there, and there it is, the family tree. Twins. 2 little girls. For Salty and Hayley. And they're not married yet. So we'll have to organise a marriage. Unfortunately, of course, once they're married, Haley's life is in danger because Salty wants to see the ghost of his wealthy wife, and Haley is definitely wealthy. So if we want to keep her alive, we should probably try to keep her away from Salty, or else at least keep her from marrying Salty, because he won't get her dead while he's not married to her, because she's got to be his spouse when she dies for his lifetime wish to be satisfied. There's Sam helping out with the baby as well. I named the babies Wendy and Jerry. She's tired, needs a little sleep after all that effort of going to the hospital on her own and giving birth to twins and then coming home with them and feeding one of them while Sam fed the other. I don't think that bed's very comfortable, but it's a nice bed. That's baby Jerry. And this is the end of the video now. I hope you've enjoyed watching it, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now. Carrots out.